put the ball into my lap so that I can play with him. So this might become an issue. You'll see his head and his and his tail appearing on camera every now and then. Anyway, but what we want to talk about, something that's heaved onto the horizon here.
This morning.
Yeah. So in filming of a Western in New Mexico yesterday, Alec Baldwin, the rabidly anti-gun Hollywood elite actor, shot and killed a cinematographer and wounded the director.
How?
Yeah, you know, so I've been debating this with a couple of people today already, and because I don't really understand what movie armor is, how movie armorers work. I kind of know what they do, but you know, and there seems to be a school of thought which is puzzling to me, and that is that the actor bears no responsibility, that he's just a dumb vessel, that he's a dumb beast, that a marionette, that the guys tell him pick this gun up and point it at in that direction and pull the trigger, and he just does it.
And there's no responsibility.
And there's no responsibility attaches to him, and that kind of, I don't understand that.
Neither do I.
And I don't agree with it. I think that you cannot completely divorce yourself of responsibility for your actions. It was a Western in the first, in one of the instances, so it's a Western. So the guns are not likely to be semi-automatics. They're not likely to be things that will reload themselves, and that just by panicking and pulling the trigger twice, it'll go off. They're likely to be, we don't know this, so we're speculating, they're likely to be, in the case of a revolver, a single action revolver, in which case you have to cock the hammer and then pull the trigger, and there seems to have been 2 shots. So you know, my question is, at what point does he realize that he's actually screwing up? After he shot the first person, or after he shot the second person? So yeah, but even then, so it's and this is perhaps where the rubber meets the road. Perhaps they don't have any responsibility. Perhaps the actor doesn't have any liability. Perhaps he's just a dumb beast that stands up in the front of the camera and does whatever people tell him to do without thinking about it. In which case, it makes it kind of odd that we're taking these people's advice on all sorts of matters. We're accepting they seem to be some kind of celebrities, and we actually listen to what they say to us. But this seems to show that if he's not responsible for his actions, that he's a marionette, he's a puppet, he's effectively brain dead. It's a thing. So that worries me a little bit. And we've been it's what we've actually just seen ourselves. So we're in the process, as you guys will know, of launching our first firearms safety book aimed at preschoolers, the 3 to 5 age category, with the specific intention of instilling, even in 3-year-olds, some sense of what you shouldn't be doing with a firearm, just in order to safeguard themselves. Maybe Baldwin would have benefited from watching this.
Guns are not toys.
Yeah, let's play the clip. So this is a 3-year-old child, one of my fellow director's sons.
Guns are not toys.
And
Guns are not toys, boys.
simple as that.
Guns are not toys.
Guns are not toys. Even he gets it.
And look, all of us that owns firearms, I live by and die by the, not die, I hope, by Jeff Cooper's for safety, gun safety rules.
Yes.
And that is really, really important.
So,
and if the one covers the other one.
So we understand, but that's the point. They overlap. So the first rule, of course, of firearm safety is guns are always loaded.
Yeah.
And the second rule is don't point the gun at somebody that you're not prepared to destroy, something that you're not prepared to destroy. So there's these overlapping rules. If the gun was unloaded, if the actor had have checked that the gun was not in fact loaded, this wouldn't have happened.
There must have been several levels of
Up-to-date
mistakes.
stuff. It's not
Let's
more
see what another
exciting
actor has to
than
say about it.
terrible gun safety.
So it seems that not all actors are dumb beasts. Yeah, if a 3-year-old can get it,
And other actors can
and
get
other
it.
actors can get it, I have difficulty absolving Alec Baldwin of total responsibility for his actions. He pulled the trigger, potentially not just once, but twice. I mean,
That's, yeah.
work it out, dude. Anyway, but so that worries
It's an
me.
absolute tragedy, obviously.
Of course.
It's terrible. But there were several levels of mistakes made there. It's
There
not
were
just,
there
it's
were a
not-
number. There was a number of
it
mistakes
can't just-
made.
It's not one person's responsibility that.
I don't believe so. I believe that's why when I hand you a gun, I check that the gun's unloaded, and then I hand it to you, and then you check that it's unloaded.
Yeah.
When we've all been in courses where the instructor demonstrates a maneuver with a firearm, and he may not have a blue gun. For those of you out there that don't know what a blue gun is basically a plastic facsimile of a gun. It's a solid piece of plastic, and that you can use in a training situation because there is no possibility that it can do any harm, except if you choke on it. You're probably not supposed to try and eat it. But if they have to demonstrate something with a real gun, they will take the gun, unholster the gun, or
Yeah.
pick it up off a table.
Yeah.
They will unload it in front of everybody, pointing in a safe direction, and then they will show that the magazine well is empty, and they will show the rest of the class, and they will ask someone to confirm that the barrel is empty before they do anything with it. So apparently there needs to be some kind of check system in place in movie land. Because, movie land is all false and artificial except when you kill somebody.
Absolutely. There was one incident that I know about. It was a Brandon Lee. Is
Correct.
That
Bruce
was
Lee's son.
Many years ago.
Yeah. But I believe he was shot at close range, if I'm not mistaken, with a blank round. But anyway, whatever it was, something exited the barrel and
That's
and
the only other one that I personally know about.
There have been a couple over the years, but they're generally freak accidents, not mass shooting events like this. Where you basically shoot two people in the same incident.
I don't know. After you've shot the first person, how did you not realize
Something's wrong.
something is wrong?
Well, yeah.
Do you think the director is actually acting if he falls down or whatever? It's not like he's one of the
Yeah.
actors that's got to make if he's hurt.
Well,
Obviously, he's going down and he's really hurt.
One would suppose. Of course,
yeah.
an interesting question arises if the director was giving the directions to the actor, and the actor shot the director. Was the director trying to commit suicide? You do suicide by cop. This would be suicide by actor.
Yeah, we make
No, that's
jokes
weird.
about it,
No,
but
it's dead serious.
It's dead serious,
and
we're all very upset as responsible firearm owners.
And exactly. That's I don't know the cinematographer. I believe she was Ukrainian, who was killed. She was shot in the stomach and died in hospital. I don't know her. I don't know of her. I've never heard of her before today.
But it's immensely sad.
That's
it
immensely
should have never
sad.
happened.
I don't know the director. So I'm not going to shed crocodile tears for them because I don't know them, apart from the fact that it's something that shouldn't have happened. But where I feel it is from the firearm community perspective, because it makes us look like chumps. It makes us look like we don't know that guns just do things. And that's what we're going to be fighting on this exact topic over the next few weeks. We're going to see this thing regurgitated in the press at us because guns are dangerous. Guns are not dangerous, but they're not toys.
as Corsi said earlier, guns
As
are not
Corsi said,
toys.
guns are not toys.
Any case, shall we move on to a really exciting firearm festival?
Okay,
because
so-
that is really actually
Yeah.
fully booked. All of the ranges. It's going to be an
Yes,
awesome event.
it's filled up at a rate of knots.
It's going to be real. There's going to be some black powder cannon shot. There's
Yeah.
CZ. Who else?
CZ is there. Browning is there. I'm going to leave somebody else. Smith & Wesson is there.
We're going to have a Takaloshi shoot.
The Takaloshi shoot, the Gun Buddies range for the kids,
Yeah.
the juniors range, a steel challenge stage, shot with .22s and with Nerf guns for the really, really young ones. The 50 cal is going to be there, and the 308 sniper rifles, and there's going to be the precision rifle guys out there. There's going to be there's a lot happening.
There's going to be a lot happening, and I think it's going to be
The
really
shotguns,
awesome. The shotguns.
fantastic shotgun demos and
With
opportunities
some two
to shoot.
Springbok shooters. So it's
Yeah,
actually going to-
opportunities to shoot with real professionals. That's going to be quite exciting. And then, of course, on the Sunday we have the launch of Scrappy the Land Rover for the kids.
We saw the first hardcover print, and guys,
Yeah.
it looks absolutely awesome. awesome.
Sometimes we're inclined to think that if something is locally made, it's perhaps substandard. But let me tell you, when the printers arrived here yesterday, or the broker for the printers or whatever it is, the agent arrived here yesterday with the first hard copy for us to sign off on. And the book is amazing. It's nicely bound. It's solidly bound. The color's beautiful.
Absolutely.
They got
I'm
the
very happy
color
with it.
mix absolutely perfect.
So looking forward to that. There's on the Gun Buddies range, we're going to have some demos with
Correct.
9mm on the Steel Challenge stage, Smoke and Hope. We're going to have a youngster that's going to shoot shotgun on there. We're going to have little ones shooting .22s, also some sport shooters that will give us demos on the day.
Correct.
So there's going to be a variety of demos throughout the day that will be released.
Throughout the 2 days.
2 days. We are going to have a lot of different guns that people can come and shoot. AKs,
Correct.
Dragunovs, and a wide variety of other guns.
And the launch of our blue bullets in 50 cal format,
Yeah, that's
which is quite exciting. It's taken quite a lot of development work. So yeah, all in order to make the 50 cal shooting a little bit cheaper, so that more people can experience it. So for example, we've got packages for 3 shots for 600 rands. So the whole family can enjoy the 50 cal, whereas the pricing previously was about 250 rand a shot.
Yeah.
So this is 150 rand cheaper for 3 shots, which we think is great in these hard times. It's going to be a fantastic festival. It's going to be a lot of fun. The range, we've been keeping our eye on
the rain.
on Wonderground, which is the weather channel, for long-term predictions. And although they've got
a little bit of rain.
On Saturday and Sunday, but it's less than a millimeter. So for either day, so we should be perfectly fine. The for anybody that participated in the Pretoria Firearms Festival in 2019.
Yeah, we did Mud Angels there.
We were in the quarry and we got washed out with the torrential rain. It's not going to be like that.
Nah.
Promise. There's decent roads going to it. There's
decent for the ladies. There's decent toilets, which is always an important
there's
thing.
fantastic facilities at Wattle Springs.
Good food vendors.
Nice restaurant and with decent food. There'll be other vendors selling food there. There'll be vendors selling coffee there.
And it's a good thing
gonna
for
be
the
good.
whole family.
It's a
Kids, wife, husbands, everybody. It's going
Exactly
to be an
that.
awesome event. And obviously Girls on Fire is going to be there.
Saturday
There's-
morning and Sunday morning.
And
the
there's
Girls
still
on
some
Fire
space
will be-
open. Please, ladies, book. We've got awesome range officers. It's an awesome introduction to handguns. So please go and book. Hannes will, in the next couple of days, for the next week, will be advertising all of the different people that will be at the event. And will also be an advert on Bosveld Radio, as far as I know. It's going to be also happening over the next week.
Yes, correct.
So, yeah, I'm really looking forward. It's going to be a hell of a lot of hard work, but I think it's going to be awesome.
I'll give a wrap up on that next week on this on the channel. But by then everything will be set.
Die koel sal weer die kyk wees omtrent. If you want to put it in Afrikaans.
Exactly.
In any case, thanks to all of our viewers and have a fantastic weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Cheers now.